Here we are at Kuala Lumpur, preparing to fly down to Australia on a Malaysian Airlines A330. Cost £300 to upgrade to business class, which also includes lounge access, but a One World Emerald card gives access to Malaysian Airlines first class lounge, so I could enjoy a quick snack before boarding and a glass of champagne. The lounge itself has just been revamped, lots of places to sit and enjoy the view, and indeed through the windows I could see my aircraft, an Airbus A330 300 series fitted with the newer business class seat. Only a few single seats, which the airline finally completed fitting to its 15-strong fleet just last year. Once on board, immediately offered a glass of lime juice and then champagne. On the A330 there are fully flat beds to replace the older sloping seats, however not every seat offers direct aisle access, and a surprise for me was how narrow the gap was to squeeze through between the aisle and the window seat. Menus, an amenity kit and headphones were at the seat. So headphones are really cheap noise cancelling headphones with pretty poor audio quality, as I found out. The amenity kits are good. They've got eye shade, socks, a dental kit, mouthwash, moisturiser, lip balm and a fold-out comb. However, if you want shaving kits and toothbrushes, they're actually to be found in the toilets. Being a daytime meal, there was no mattress pad, just a pillow and blankets, and certainly not pyjamas. After all, it's only 8 hours down to Sydney. But the seat itself does extend into a 2-metre long flat bed, with the seat linking up to a small ottoman under the TV screen. Now on to the in-flight entertainment, or the IFE, and on Malaysian Airlines A330 it's a major disappointment. Sure, there's a nice large 16-inch high-definition screen, but the touch screen was, well, most unresponsive. Even the handset didn't work particularly well, with worn-out right and select and scroll buttons, which are the ones you mostly want to use. Now, the 9 AM departure from Kuala Lumpur means breakfast right after takeoff with a fruit plate, yoghurt, croissants and butter and jam. And as such, there was no bar service, just juice to start with, but having a look at the wine list, there are 2 champagnes on offer. Quite welcome actually when the meal service went straight into lunch mode without really a gap. The menu had 3 choices. I went for the grilled beef medallion, and by this point it was 2 hours into the flight, so the bar was fully open. I've got to say that the crew were actually fairly good at topping up my glass once they did start serving lunch, and there are some pretty good white and red wines on the list. In particular, the Shiraz was very good indeed. Also, extra items in there, and unusually a cider available on board too. Finally, for dessert, there was ice cream or Ceylon tea blueberry cake, and for me, that was the best part of the menu. We headed on into Australia. Snacks were on offer throughout the flight, but then again, when I say snacks, it really wasn't a lot. A packet of crisps or nuts, that's all you get. Malaysian Airlines legendary Satay sticks were the main course right at the end of the flight. Coming onto the Australian desert at this point, the crew wanted the window shades shut for most of the flight, even though it was daytime, so we really couldn't enjoy the view all that much. So straight back onto the in-flight entertainment system, but alas, the system in the cabin kept on reverting to startup mode. Even when it was working, it was slow, tedious, and very hard to actually find out what content there was there. Apart from 1 or 2 Hollywood releases from the past few months, most of the films were several years old, and all of the TV series were really nondescript US-based services. Now, around 2 hours before landing, there was a refreshment meal with a ham and cheese toastie, or rather croque monsieur as it was called on the menu. In general, the whole flight was fine, but a little dull and maybe more premium than business, but then again, for the price, I couldn't complain.